Mr. District Attorney, I'm not sure if they told you I'm on TV every day. Where the that I go to plus, hold don't run, hold stand and fight, hold the soldier, hold and fight.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And, guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from West?
Yeah, you look at his game. He's got that banger DNA. Just plays the game the right way.
You know, you have to be a skilled player to make it in this league. There's something you have to do really well, but certain matchups demand not just skill, but will and physicality, and he's one of those.
Ball's knocked loose. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Pacers shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throws. Well, if the Pacers wanted to grab the attention of the league with their postseason play, they certainly did that. They marched through the first two rounds by knocking off the Hawks and the Knicks. And, boy, remember, they were a game away from the NBA Finals. Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Hill passes to Hibbert. Can't get it to go. So Golden State will take it the other way. Iguodala with it. Is picked up by Hill. Iguodala kicks to Curry. Shoots the three. They get it back. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Thompson from long range. That's good. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Ultimately, the Pacers would fall to the Heat, but they put them to the test. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They gained respect league-wide even more than they had going into the playoffs. It took 7 games, Clark, and you saw them all, which a lot of folks didn't see coming.
I know that's the case, and yet the way the Pacers showed such grit in that series, it indicates they can compete with anybody. And you have a defensive anchor like they do in Roy Hibbert, they've got a chance to be a championship team before long.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Now here's Curry. Lets the three fly. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Shot from the inbound. And he drops that one in. The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They grab their own miss. Hibbert hits the bucket.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. He's got to be relentless.
Now here's Curry. Lee dishes to Thompson. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Stevenson inside the three-point line. O'Neal with the defensive effort. The Warriors have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Thompson with it. West picks him up. Here's Lee. A beautiful reverse layup.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
And Iguodala comes to help. Outside for George. Outside Hill. The three-pointer no good. Warriors leading by 4.
You know, I like what I saw last year from David Lee and Steph Curry in terms of leading their team. They talked about it before the season, and you could see it in how they played and prepared.
And here is Hill after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Stevenson passes to West. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And here's Golden State. It's a 12-2 run here, good pace. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Iguodala. 8 points for Steph Curry. And David Lee had been viewed around the league as a guy who put up good numbers but didn't really help you win. So it had to be a great feeling for him to lead the Warriors on the season they had this past year.
Well, I think this is the first time Lee has really been in position to win. He was drafted by the Knicks. They had really bad teams at the time, and the Warriors now getting going, adding to that roster. So I think it's unfair to suggest that Lee is not a winner based on his overall record as a player.
And he did lead the league in double-doubles last season, so he was performing with high individual numbers and certainly helping the team. Different look here for the Warriors, and the Pacers call time here. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Watson kicks to Turner. No luck. Excellent D here by Iguodala. To the paint. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, one thing I've always loved about Andre Iguodala is the fact that he's so unselfish. He's really probably best suited to play a point forward role where he's handling the ball quite a bit, either in transition or in the half court at the high post. He can use his size to pass over the top of people.
They need this. Watson. Good D by...
How about that, basketball fan?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
And the jam with Iguodala.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Warriors leading by 13. Curry outside. Paul George grabs the miss.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
That's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Curry with it. 8 points for him. Thompson outside. 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Open shot, George. Offensive rebound. No good on that last second attempt there. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Warriors lead by 11. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the... And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Then it's Curry. Then it's David Lee. And it's Kuzmic in at the 5. Curry kicks to Thompson. From deep. There's the bucket. Good. Thompson's got 6.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
3 from Stevenson. There's the dish to George. Misses the 3. Warriors leading by 16. Inside to Hibbert. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Stevenson. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Stevenson's got his second bucket.
Boy, you can't run an inbounds play any better than that right there.
After signing the big contract, a lot was expected from Roy Hibbert last season, and he put a little pressure on himself, but he also had a wrist injury, got off to a slow start, and didn't find his groove until the calendar turned to 2013.
Here's Crawford, and he gets it to go. Crawford's got his first points of the game. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And for Hibbert, first-time All-Star in 2012. His slow start cost him a shot, I think, to repeat as an All-Star last season. That was after he signed the big contract, too, with the Pacers.
Yeah, but he sure recovered well, because in the second half of the season and the playoffs, he was one of the best players in the NBA. In fact, gave Miami all kinds of troubles in the East Conference Finals.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Barnes dishes to Blake. Jacks up a 3. Spates the pass to Barnes. Can't hit, and it's the Pacers taking it the other way. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and George with the stop.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Some changes for Golden State. O'Neal's checked in for Hilton Armstrong. Lee comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Iguodala in for Harrison Barnes. Skolak kicks to Hill. Oh, good with the triple.
Yeah, the Warriors turnaround, I think, in large part because of the improvement defensively and on the boards last year. There was a 5 or 6 year stretch where Golden State was maybe the worst team in both categories in the entire league, but the schemes have changed, the personnel, the intent, the toughness, and it has all led to a new era for the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. 12 points for Steph Curry. And back to the Warriors looking to pack the paint. If you wanted to get into a 3-point shooting contest with them, well, I think they'd welcome that.
I agree. I mean, with the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, you can get sprayed in a hurry from all angles. I mean, those guys are terrific. But again, their improved defense and rebounding was a big part of their success as well.
Charity stripe shot. That's good on the jump shot. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter.
I don't know of too many other players, Kevin, who have his level of concentration offensively. He just seems to have that singular focus you need as a shooter that, you know, even if a defender's all over you, you still just lock in and let it go.
And when you watch him, Steve, you can see how quickly he looks to take his shot when he's on the receiving end of a pass and how successful he is when he does take the shot. This guy is a catch, fire, and hit guy.
Had a pretty solid opening quarter, but struggling now to find his range.
Turner fires, gets a very good look and converts. Turner's got 6.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
The offensive rebound. Lee dishes to Iguodala. Knocks it loose. Got it up. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And all of a sudden tonight, he's become their big assist man. I mean, his passing was the key to their offense in that first half, not something you always see.
And that's not a role he usually plays, and one I'm not sure he's comfortable in, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and to his credit, he's done it.
At the 1 and 2, George Hill and Lance Stevenson. Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4, and it's Hibbert in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
And for the Warriors, unusual for a playoff team to be giving minutes to 3 or even 4 rookies, but that was the case last season. Barnes, Azili, Green, they brought in a rookie group with maturity that had done a good job of preparing themselves at the collegiate level, and all of them produced.
Curry passes to Thompson. Lets it fly. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got 11 points.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, Steph Curry set the record for most three-pointers in a season last year. Many of them coming in spectacular fashion. Step backs, one-legged pull-ups, you name it. Coach Mark Jackson said, I don't know who second place is for the best shooter in the world, but he has first place tied up. And guys, before it's all said and done, we could be talking about Curry as the greatest shooter of all time.
That's right, Doris. Thanks. And it's the Warriors' ball. They've got an 8-0 run. And for the Warriors rookies last season, Steve, they got an early start. They were in the team gym from the earliest days after the draft.
Well, this is a club that has great chemistry. Some of that has to do with Mark Jackson. A lot of it has to do with just the quality of people that they've put on that roster. But it's an exciting young team with a good coach and a great crowd. I think the Warriors have a very bright future.
Here's Iguodala. They get it again. Outside for Curry. The 3. Poked away. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. For Indiana, they've gone 0-4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Iguodala draws the double. And the shot is good. Iguodala's got 9.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
And it's good.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
And for Mark Jackson, there had been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant, and he just finished signing an extension through the 2014-15 season. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling, and Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him, and that's most of the battle right there.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Thompson. He's got 11 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Luis Scola, he's checked in for West. Turner comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Watson in for George Hill. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Jan Mahimi wasn't a big name when he became a free agent a few years back. But, the Indiana Pacers saw enough in him that they were willing to offer up to a 4-year deal for Jan to be the backup center.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Crawford kicks to Barnes. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
The 17-footer. And there's Paul George on the assist by Watson. 8 points here for George. And kind of an interesting trade for the Pacers for Mahimi. You could have signed him outright, but chose to trade Darren Collison to Dallas in that sign and trade with the Mavs. Mahimi, an important player for the Pacers, as we saw backing up Hibbert.
He was good, but, it would have been nice for them to keep Collison and sign Mahimi. I thought they needed some depth at the point guard spot, particularly in that playoff run.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. The Pacers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Watson kicks to Turner. Goes back up. Outside for George. Buries it from 3-point range. George has got 11 points.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that. Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a 3-point battle like this. He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Deep 2 from Crawford. And Scola pulls it down.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Here's Barnes. Knocked loose. Turner with the steal. Watson, that's for 2. Offensive rebound. Tries again. The shot by Mahimi, no good. And here is Spates. Here's Crawford. Misses the shot. And the 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Here's Hill. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Harrison Barnes is out there with Maurice Spates. Then there's Jordan Crawford, and it's Steve Blake, and it's Kuzmic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Goes up on the wing. That misses off the backboard. It's Crawford on the wing. It's good from about 19 feet. Crawford's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Warriors. Hill dishes to West. Rejected by Spates. Crawford outside. And another three for Golden State. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Warriors?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And they've really done a nice job on the glass, too. A lot of second chance points here tonight.
Blake passes to Crawford. Beyond the arc. And the Warriors get it back.
Way to play the boards and come away with the offensive rebound.
Takes a three. Hill pulls it in. Pacers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Stevenson with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Crawford leading the charge.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Well, you know, of all the things that Harrison Barnes did on the court last year, the one that sticks out to me was some of his dunks. I mean, his huge dunks. We're talking dunk of the year caliber stuff. The best one might have been him throwing it down on Nikola Pekovic early in the year.
And Copeland kicks to Stevenson. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Thompson inside the line. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Indiana's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Going back to Harrison Barnes, his athleticism and dunking ability, probably the best on this Warriors team.
Well, they've got a lot of outside shooting and very skilled players. Barnes was really a perfect fit because he could play off of those other guys as a slasher by attacking the rim, but also spot up and be a pretty good three-point shooter in his own right.
And as a rookie, did he surprise you with this performance in his first year?
I think he was better than a lot of people thought he'd do.
Here's Stevenson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And you love the concentration. Gets hit, but stays with the play.
Yeah, he showed a lot right there. Plenty of concentration, finding a way to get that shot to fall.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Golden State. It's Curry outside, and that one's good.
Clark, they're really struggling guarding that three-point line.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, Steve.
No challenge from the defense there, Clark. Could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner. Going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Offensive rebound.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Check out the game for Stevens. He has 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Well, that's obviously not a big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Mahimi's checked in for Indiana. Watson comes in for Donald Sloan. Another miss by Curry. Now the Pacers moving it up. Offensive rebound.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Warriors.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Steph Curry. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him. Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Feeds to Mahimi. Warriors with the rebound.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Here's Turner. Indiana again missing. The Warriors have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Thompson misses.
Yeah, no way you can come back from this deficit.
Just not enough time left on the clock.
Good on the shot. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's Curry outside. That's good.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
Outside Turner. This one for three. Gets the bucket. So we see the Warriors taking the game here.